Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is Weeknights.
Yes, it is.
We're 5 nights a week. We come here and give you the latest, the greatest, and the shameless of the entertainment industry.
Yep.
I'm JD, aka He Who Pods.
Oh, my bad. I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka the real king of R&B, aka cool grandma, but not really, aka poof.
That's a long vamoose.
That moves.
Tried to leave for 2 hours.
Yeah, to the whole
I mean,
pod.
they said the whole pod.
Yeah, just you know, just not gonna be here. Just
Said actually, Jay's potting by himself. I'm
yep,
just gonna lay here.
yep.
You imagine if you were just laying there the whole time I was potting?
That would be a little bizarre.
It's like, Kehlani dropped a new single. Even
Right, that's how I feel. Like I could just lay down.
Spotify.
No, I love Spotify.
Ice cream.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, ice cream, definitely. Always. Give me that
That
cookies
would
and
be so
cream.
funny.
What?
What'd you say?
I said, give me that cookies and cream. I was talking about
Oh,
ice
yeah, absolutely. That would be really funny though if you potted like that.
cream. Yeah, they're not gonna like that.
They would not,
They
but it would be really funny though.
they already don't like the regular stuff we do.
Oh wow! And actually, our subscriber count shows the opposite. So
That's true, and
I disagree. Me and the subscribers disagree.
you're right. You're right. I can't argue with that. So let's talk about Kehlani because she just dropped a single after hours.
Yes, out of nowhere, which I love.
Came out today. You listen?
On Thursday, it's Thursday, right?
Yep, it's Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Woo woo.
For you, yes. I listened to Kalani. I like that she dropped the single on Thursday and just was like, "F it, I'm dropping."
Mhm.
Oh well,
Agreed.
consume it.
Right. What y'all gonna do? Be mad because I gave you new music on a Thursday?
Right. I like it. So yeah, man. I listen to it. Familiar beat. Always according to the industry, always a good way to start.
Mm-hmm.
There is
You can certainly move your hips.
well, also, when you hear there's a methodology behind, releasing things that with a familiar sound. People are more likely to like something that feels familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And so I immediately was like, oh, I know this. I know this beat. And so I was curious where she was going to take it. And
Yeah.
she took it right to Party Town.
It definitely is a fun record.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I said, all right.
Good
You
times.
know,
Let the good times roll.
okay. Yep.
No?
Yep.
No?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yep.
right.
You said it.
Keep going. What did you think of it? What is your opinion of it? Because I feel like you've got things to say.
I
And
was
I'm not
just,
being facetious. We have no idea what the other person thought because
no, we listened and then hit record. We
exactly
listened separately and then hit record.
right.
I mean, I like it. It's cool. It's not what I was expecting from Kalani, and
Mm-hmm.
so this was a good surprise. I'm excited anytime Kalani puts out new music. It's been a little while, so as a
Mm-hmm.
Kalani fan,
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited,
Yeah.
and I'm curious what's coming next. When's the album coming? Um, there's not too much to say. There's not too much to critique. This is just a fun song. Um, it's an interesting way to say, "Come hang out." You know, why don't you stay after hours? It was light. It was fun. I don't have too much to break down. It was short and sweet. Um, she just made a fun record, and I enjoy it. I don't have to deep dive because it's not like she did something, super different. Kalani makes bops. Uh, so one thing I appreciate about Kalani is she has range. She can
Mhm.
make a lot of different type of sounding music. She has a wide range sonically, as they say.
Mhm.
Um, so to me, this was not strange and so different that I was appalled. It was cool. It sounds fun. It sounds light. Um, yeah, and using the familiar beat is cool. It just made me curious what else is coming, and made me want to go listen to some of her other lighter, fun records that she has.
It was definitely light and fun. I agree with you. Um, I didn't care for the beat.
Okay, you didn't
I
like the
I forget which rhythm that is, but and I didn't care for the beat. Um, it's I'll say this. Once she started and we got into the song, I was moving, I was dancing. It's like you said, it's a fun record. Um it's fun. It definitely gives party vibes. Definitely gives we outside. Summer's coming. Um,
yep.
but yeah, I didn't really care for the beat. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say. I mean, I know the beat. It's not that I don't like the beat as a beat. It's not that. It's just I didn't really care for it. I was like, oh, we've done this. Okay. I mean, she hasn't, but I feel like, oh, okay. I don't. Honestly, I don't feel like the beat like made the song better. If that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. But it's a good beat, like in general. I just
All right.
didn't care for it on the song. I didn't care to hear that beat again, and not
I can
necessarily,
understand that.
So um, but yeah, that's what I mean. So no, it's a cool record. It's fun. It sounds like something that you probably hear people playing. Once it gets warmer outside. Feels like that type of record. So yeah, there's a fly.
You saw that, right?
Yeah. Oh, I saw it before too.
Trying to land on my forehead just
But
now.
you kind of swatted away before. You like went to touch your face and it flew away. But yeah, it's been like hovering around you.
Ridiculous. It's because of my ring light, probably.
Probably. Yeah.
It's probably like, oh, what's going on over there? It says, Kalani here? Are we
Guest
partying?
guest co-host.
You know what I'm saying? Can I be part of the pod?
Yeah, right. Right. Right.
Mother sucker.
Well,
Um, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I didn't expect to hear this beat 20 years later. Uh, it's been about 20 years since that was a hit record. I didn't expect to hear that when
you
I
know
pressed
that
play.
because you're old.
Yeah, same age as you.
No, I'm not saying that I'm not old. I'm just saying
Oh, okay.
that's why you know it. That's why you can so easily say, "Oh, it's 20 years old."
Well, yeah, and that's where I was kind of heading, right? So I think
Mhm.
that where we might feel like, oh, okay, the hit record from 20 years ago, some of Kalani's fans are younger and they may not really know that sample or that beat because it's not really a sample. It's kind of the same beat. But and here some super fan will probably tell us how they've slightly altered the beat. But anyway,
The interpolation.
right. This
The,
interpolation was actually in a
yo,
C minor.
when I tell you the kids on the internet and these interpolation these interpolations, I did not know the word interpolation until
Oh, it's a
until the
yeah, I
internet.
know it.
Well, I
Yeah, I
think
know.
you know it because you're like a music person, but they be
Yeah.
they be, te- they be telling you how a song was made, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where you learn that from?
Right. Right.
They love to talk
Yeah.
about
So
Beyonce's
taking.
interpolation. Anyway,
Oh yeah, they've been talking about how Jay-Z did the claps on Jolene.
all right, let's move on. I'm not doing that.
That's what they've been talking about. I was like, all right, we gotta relax. Like
I just okay.
people are like people are like those were the best claps ever. I'm like, all right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a Jay-Z fan and y'all sound ridiculous. Like
Like
anyway,
he really moisturized his hands that day.
you know what I'm saying? He's like, pour a little water right there before I clap.
Like, what are we
You got
doing?
it?
What are we, guys? Reality. Let's come back down to it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So I understand what you're saying about the beat. But I would say maybe some Kehlani fans feel differently because they are younger and less familiar with this beat that we heard way too much at
And
that time.
still here, didn't Lumi D perform somewhere recently?
This is not Lumi D. This is what are the
Oh,
twin sisters?
oh, 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 oh,
Nina
oh.
Sky.
But
Nina
didn't
Sky.
but Nina Sky? But didn't they all use the same beat?
No, you're thinking about which is a higher tempo.
You're right. It's a different one. Okay, I stand corrected. I mean, because when you listen to reggae, they take the rhythm and and there's a bunch of songs with that same rhythm. So there's more songs with that beat, is what I'm saying. Plenty more. Like they used to sell whole CDs on the street for $5. You could get all the songs that use that same beat. Nina Scott. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I got them mixed up.
But
I
you are
also,
also right.
oh, am I?
We definitely came from an era where you would get a whole CD for $5 with mad people doing versions of that song on
Yeah.
on a disc. Yeah,
That's how that's like a thing in reggae music where I'm sure they
yes,
still do it now, but probably not distributed in the same way.
right. Probably on YouTube or something.
Yeah, probably on YouTube or maybe they even stream it. I don't know. I'm sure you could get on Spotify and find something like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, so well, more power to her. Like um you looking for the fly.
Nah, it was
I should not be laughing at you because I would be in hysteria right now.
listen. As long as they don't keep landing on my head, it's all good.
But speaking of
But
Spotify,
oh yeah, let me put the specs back on then.
Spotify
Ooh,
has decided that they are increasing prices and
yep.
adding a new tier for their premium subscription plan. I don't have Spotify Premium. I did, but I don't currently have Spotify Premium. But
This is getting wild.
do you- this is this is your Mike Pence moment.
Uh, I'm not
Yes,
even
you
gonna
do know what
respond to
that
that.
means.
I'm not even gonna respond to that. I'm not responding to that. So it says here, this is an article from the New York Post. Spotify to hike prices, introduce a new tier. Oh, actually, it says here by routers. That's funny. I've never seen them do that before.
Mhm.
Interesting. Anyway, Spotify technology intends to raise prices on its plan by about $1 or $2 a month in
Mhm.
5 markets, including the UK, Australia, and Pakistan by the end of April. According to Bloomberg, they got Bloomberg via routers.
I mean,
It's funny right there. Anyway, shares of the Swedish music streaming service, which compete with rival services Apple and Amazon rose more than 5% on Wednesday. Spotify will raise prices in the United States, its largest territory, later this year, according to the report. The company is also going to introduce a new basic tier that will offer music and podcasts, but not audiobooks. For the current
Oh, so that didn't work out.
$11, say it again.
I said, oh, so that didn't work out because remember they had added audiobooks.
But they're saying
Oh,
this
this
new,
means that there will be a tier with audiobooks, but there will also be a tier without.
right. So for
I
$11
don't
a
like
month,
that.
you get music and podcasts, but not audiobooks.
I don't like that.
For the current $11 monthly price of an individual premium plan, the report said. The new basic tier is the first of what will be several new pricing options from Spotify. Under the new pricing, individual plans will go up by about $1 a month, while family plans and so-called duo plans for couples.
Oh yeah, I've seen the duo plan. I was considering the duo plan. I was like, this is not a bad idea to share this with someone.
For you and your boo, you know what I mean? While family plans and so-called duo plans for
Hmm.
couples will rise by $2, the Bloomberg report added. On a monthly basis, the company offers premium plans, including $10.99 for an individual and $14.99 for a duo, and $16.99 for family in the U.S., according to the company's website.
Hmm.
Uh, CEO Daniel Ek, my bad.
Hmm.
Daniel Ek said earlier in February the company has, quote, plenty of levers to pull, including price increases. Okay. Wait, is there more quote here? Hold on. Ads, ads, ads. Lots of ads. Okay, can I scroll past the ads? Guess not. All right, that's it.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I want to be upset just because anytime the price of something goes up, I want to be
Gotta be
upset.
upset.
But then,
Mm.
but then I'm just like
That's
it's
the
so
artwork.
right, exactly. But then I think about it and I'm like, what's the point in getting upset because they're all doing it?
Right.
It's like they sold us, and I know this is not Spotify specifically, but remember when they were selling us that cord cutter dream and they were like, don't have cable, and just like you could just be a cord cutter and you could get like a Roku box or a Fire Stick or whatever, and you could watch TV that way, and it's so much cheaper. But now, like, I talk to people who have plans on whatever device they use that costs so much money. Everything's just so much money is the point I'm trying to make. I know we're talking about Spotify, but I'm just saying, like, everything goes right back up again. And that's how these uh these uh, vehicles work. If it's not Spotify, it's going to be something else. So maybe I'm a little jaded because I'm just like, oh, okay, it's going up to 11.99. All right, I guess. Because how much can you complain when they have a monopoly on some of that content? Like when you're
Well,
speaking
it's not a
about,
monopoly. Apple and other streaming services exist.
no, I know that, but Spotify has its own content too that is exclusive to Spotify.
Okay.
Spotify is also the largest is at what they do. Spotify has also branched out in a lot of different ways that maybe a lot of people don't even realize. It's not just that they distribute podcasts, but they own the analytics tools. They went and bought up everything in the podcast industry. So that's what I mean when I say maybe monopoly is not the right word. Maybe monopoly is too strong of a word to use. But they definitely have an advantage. So And it doesn't matter which one it is. Spotify is going to go up. Apple Music is going to go up too. I mean, Apple, what is it called? Apple One. Apple One went up last year. That's fine. I know you don't. I know you don't know, but
I never even
Apple
heard of Apple One.
Apple One is where you get all of Apple's services together. So you get Fitness Plus, you get Apple TV Plus, you get Apple Music, which obviously it's bundled, so it's more money than just a $10 a month thing.
Okay.
But you get Apple Music bundled in there. You can opt to get the services individually. So Apple Music is $10 a month, the same way Spotify is.
Okay.
Um, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's all gonna keep going up. You just kind of have to pick your favorite at this point. I don't. So to get upset is kind of like, okay, well, what are we gonna do? Because I still want to listen to music, right? So I'm either gonna pay Amazon, Apple, or Spotify if I want to listen to music. If
Mhm.
I want to listen to podcasts, okay, fine. I have an Apple phone, so I don't pay to have access to podcasts, but it's kind of the same thing with the audiobooks. I'm either gonna go to Amazon or Spotify. So it's it sucks, but I feel like this is just this is the circle that we're hamsters on a wheel.
Yes. And that is
It's very
because
sorry. I didn't mean to be so negative, but
no, it's fine. Yeah, we're hamsters on a wheel. The reason for that is because of convenience. Most people are not buying music, and so because people are not buying music, we have been I can't say because people are not buying music, but we have been sold convenience. We have been sold that we have been sold on the model of do not go to the store or go online and buy the music. Instead, pay to have all the music you want in your hand for X amount a month. Because we have been sold on this model, we don't really go purchase anything, right? And so maybe the person you're the biggest fan of, you say, I'm gonna go buy the Nicki Minaj album, or I'm gonna go buy the Beyonce album, I'm gonna go buy the Drake album, or I'm gonna go buy the J. Cole album, or the Kehlani album, whoever you like. Um, Maybe you'll do that. But largely people have been sold on this model of convenient consumerism. And because of convenient consumerism, we don't have an interest as a populace in truly supporting our artists by doing so with our dollars. We've been sold on this model that for one price a month, you can have all the music your heart desires. You no longer need an iPod. You no longer need an MP3 player. You no longer need a CD player. You can do everything right here. And so, because it's all right there, well, then you're going to pay to play. And because they know that, and because they have used all of their tools to hook us in on this model, now they can charge whatever they want. And most people are going to just say, okay, no problem. Because what is the alternative?
I'm going
The
to the
alternative,
library.
you're going to the library.
Yeah.
What are you going to do at the library?
Read books.
But, but what about all the music that you don't pay for?
I'm going to the library.
Okay, good job. My point is,
I don't have to listen to my books.
sure, but
The library's free. I'm joking.
well, the music is more so why people subscribe to these services.
No,
And
yeah.
that's why I'm focusing on that. Yeah, podcasting is cool, but podcasting is usually available on other formats. It might live on Spotify, but you can find the alternative on YouTube or their
Mhm.
website or some kind of other RSS feed. But the music, largely, people are paying to stream it. And so What's the alternative? The alternative is what? Go buy all the music, go buy Kehlani's single, go buy Beyonce's album. Most people are not doing that today.
Yeah.
And the argument, because we've been so hooked into this model, the argument is, why would I go pay more than the price of the streaming service for the album? Why would I go buy the Nicki Minaj album for $15 when I can stream it as much as I want and everything else I want for the same price or less?
Owning versus renting.
But that's not the model we've been sold on. We've been sold on this streaming model. Like you said, and people are not buying physical copies of anything the way that we once were.
Mhm.
So if you want to see a movie, where you go? You don't go to Blockbuster. Blockbuster don't exist. You
Netflix
go
doesn't even
right
have
on you go
DVDs.
right on an app. Right. You go right on an app, say, okay, let me see, do they have it? Oh, this one don't have it. Let me go to the other one. That one don't have it. Let me go to the other one. That one don't have it. Let me go to the other one. I'll
Well,
rent
you
it
don't
for
even
five
have to do
dollars.
that. It's even more convenient than that. If you put it in a Google search, Google will tell you which one and how much it costs,
There you go.
which is all a part of the same machine.
Right. We've been sold on the model of convenience, or as you said, rent not owned. And so that's the thing. So yeah, people are gonna pay. Spotify is gonna continue to raise their prices. Everybody's gonna continue to raise their prices because
Mhm.
we don't know how much is a stream. We don't know the value of our consumerism. And so we will continue to be, you know, led to pay more. We will continue to be suckers sucking at the teat of the conglomerates
Mhm.
for convenience.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about convenience. But that's why I'm saying, um, I don't it's like, okay, well, which one am I gonna settle on? Because I left my Apple family.
Shouldn't have left the family, you know?
I left the family at the beginning of the year, and so I don't have Apple Music anymore.
Shame on you for that.
Um, but
You got to go get you a Spotify couple account. You know what I'm saying? You
apparently,
and your you and your booski. You know what I'm saying?
apparently that's the next wave. I saw it the other day. I said, "Oh, well, okay." You know, they've got the family plan, they've got the individual, and now they've got the duo. I dig
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
It's not a
Boot
bad
up.
idea. Okay, LMA.
Yeah, exactly what I was going for. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we'll see. I'll let y'all know what I decide. But yeah, I don't. It's just whatever to me. It's like, okay, well, thanks for letting us know. I mean, I think that it's not just happening, like I said, with Spotify. It's with everything. Look, they're about to convert the same way Netflix is not allowing sharing of passwords. That's coming for the other streamers soon. Like, it's all moving in the same direction. I just think it's one really big mind fuck. Because, as I said, they were like, you pay $150 for cable? No, we've got something else for you. And
Now you
then
pay $150 for all your streaming apps.
it blows my mind when people are like, oh, but you could get like Sony Play or whatever the thing is called, and that's $95 a month, and then I got the Hulu bundle too, and that's $69 a month, and then it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yep.
Listen, I'm not an advocate for cable. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm just saying, like, we're all, like I said, we're just all on this hamster wheel, just trying to figure out which one is the least offensive deal.
Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah. So,
What was our third topic?
I don't remember. Well, I know this.
Made in America?
Made in America. We made it in America.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus. Hoo, 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 hoo.
Don't do that
Listen,
again.
excuse me?
I said, don't do that one again.
I don't know why you're putting on your spectacles. There's not much to read. Listen. I'm gonna
Oh,
break it
okay,
down for
great.
everybody. I'm gonna break it down for everybody because it's
Break
really
it
simple.
down.
It's really simple. Made in America festival that came out once again, second year in a row, where
What they said.
they said that we will be canceling this year's Made in America festival. It doesn't seem like they really gave a reason this time. Last year they said it was because it was issues beyond the control of the festival. Last year
Yep.
we speculated that maybe it was Lizzo because Lizzo had all those lawsuits come down,
And she was the
uh,
headliner.
and she was the headliner last year. That is
Yep.
not the case this year. We don't really know what the case is this year. They said it's gonna come back and it's gonna be bigger and better, but people gonna think Made in America is a little stale by the time they come back. When they coming back?
I
I've
don't
never
know.
been, by the way.
I
It
don't
always
know.
looked like a good time though. Labor Day weekend. I remember when Jay-Z used to be real involved in it and people
Right.
looked like they had a good ass time at Made in America. I used to want to go.
Right.
Now they can't even get the festival off the ground or on the
I
ground.
right.
It's weird.
It's
Strange.
weird. I agree. It's weird. Um, I'm very curious what is going on over there because I mean it's allegedly Jay Z's festival, and we know Jay Z is rolling in dough, and he's got all the connections. So
I was just about to ask you.
why you cut out?
I was just about to ask you. You already said it, but I was just about to ask. Do you think it's money?
I don't know. That's why I was gonna put on the specs and see what it said, but
It didn't say
I
much.
just I got you. Yeah, I'm curious because this is 2 years in a row. I will say they got to get it together because I got to get it together.
Mm.
Um, I will say they got to get it together because you're right. I need some tea with honey. You sounding like Alicia Keys at the Super Bowl.
No one.
Right. My boo.
Wrong song.
Right. Anyway, yeah, they gotta.
Sorry.
So my my singing co-host.
Drink some water. Where's your water?
It's far. It's nowhere near me today, and it's
Ugh.
empty to be honest. So no time for that. Um, I was gonna say though. Oh, they got to get it together because you can't cancel the festival but so many years before it's squashed.
I feel like it's dead now.
I
I feel
think
like
that
2 years
Jay
in a
Z
row.
has you first.
I feel like 2 years in a row. It's like, okay, what? You keep telling us it's coming back and it's gonna be great, and that's fine. Like if they bring it, I'm not saying they should never bring it back. I just feel like people are gonna be like, "Huh? Oh, this is back," or maybe it'll build anticipation. I don't know. I don't really know how that works, but I think that people are not gonna look for it. I'll say that. Not in the way that, because 2 years of being like, oh, so pumped. I want to get tickets as soon as the Made in America tickets come out. It's lit. We about to be out. 2 years in a row, this has gotten canceled. And the first last year when it got canceled, it was kind of already underway.
Yes.
So I just feel like, people may not, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's good for the city of Philadelphia. It probably brings a lot of business, but then I started to wonder. And then I'll pass it over to you. Then I started to wonder: is it the city of Philadelphia? Like, is it an issue for them? I mean, I know we haven't talked about the Freaknik doc yet, and I'm not going to get into all of the goings on. But what I will say is something that you learn from the doc is that there were a lot of challenges within the city. that um created an obstacle for it to continue. So I'm just wondering, could it be that? I don't know. Please, please go ahead.
Um, I don't know if it's a city issue, but what I will say is, um, you're right. People will not be looking for it if they take too long. On the flip side of that coin, I think the festival baddies, as you like to call them, uh, will come running if you got a hot lineup. I think if the lineup is strong enough, if the promotion is strong enough, they can come back strong. But they're gonna have to really make people feel that, one, the lineup is worth it, and two, that I can actually trust that this is gonna go on. Because last year, the first year it was canceled, like you said, it was really close to when it was supposed to be happening. So I don't want to make all my travel arrangements and pay all this money and then it's canceled.
Yeah.
And so they are going to have to do some things to reassure fans that this is actually going to happen. And I agree that the longer they wait to make the festival, to return with the festival, the harder it's going to be to make people feel like, hey, I'm spending my money in a place where it's going to be worth it,
Yeah.
and where I am going to get my money's worth,
Mm-hmm.
and where this thing is actually going to happen. So I agree they have some challenges moving forward. I'm curious what the hell is going on, because you would think a festival that is allegedly Jay-Z's festival wouldn't have any problems at all. He's got the money, he's got the connections. Um, and maybe we have to do more research about who is involved in ownership and what the issues are. But this light press release didn't say much, as you said. So maybe more details will come. Honestly, I do not expect more details to come.
No, I don't either. And and I and to your point, I feel like, yeah, Jay-Z is connected to it, but how involved is he really? I mean, I
Right.
don't know. Especially at this point, I think if I remember correctly, last year when we looked it up and when we spoke about it, um, he's not. It doesn't seem like he's as involved in it as he once was. So, um, yeah, I don't know, but if any of the Philly festival baddies, have a line to what's going on, drop it in our comments. Let us know. We're curious. We want to know.
Right. Word. If you got some information, we'd love to know.
Yeah, hit us up.
You gotta hit them up. Sorry. I have to rest. I don't have to rest. That's
You
a
don't.
bad joke.
You don't.
It's a bad joke. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right. I think
Um,
that's it for today. Now it's time for so long.
now it's time for so long. I don't remember
Anyway.
the next line.
Oh, Blue's Clues. So we'll sing just one more song. That's why I
So
put the
we'll
one up.
sing just one more.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be back one more day this week. My God. Get us out of here.
All right. We will be back tomorrow for the final day of the week. And this is Weeknights. Bye.